Today, I share with you my monthly maintenance routine for my planted aquariums. Hello everyone, this is Charles from the FishLoft. Let's talk about how to maintain a planted aquarium. Before I begin, I take a quick look at all my fish and shrimp just to make sure everyone is doing okay. If I see a problem, I can take care of it right away. I begin by removing any excess floating plants, like these red rooters, which are fast growers and always taking over the surface. I use a sponge to remove any dust algae on the glass. I recently started using magic sponges, the ones that have no cleaners or chemicals added to them. I sponge down both the front and sides of the aquarium. A scraper removes any stubborn green spot algae. I use an up and down motion only, taking care to not scratch the glass. To remove algae buildup in the corners, I use a toothbrush. I also use a toothbrush to clean the glass at the top of the substrate that the sponge didn't reach. Hair algae has recently started growing in this aquarium, so I added some algae-eating amano shrimp, but they will need some assistance before they can keep the algae under control. I use my hands to reach into the plants and remove as much as possible. Stem plants are generally fast growers, and they need to be trimmed back continuously. I also trim any unhealthy looking leaves, as plants cannot repair damaged leaves, so it is better to have all their energy going to grow new leaves. This is the time I also look to see if any plants have spread further than I want them to. This pearlweed could easily take over the entire tank and hide all of my hardscape. I keep the best cuttings to replant in this tank or one of my other aquariums. This octopus stem plant grows really quickly, but tends to get straggly if I don't trim it back and replant the stems. A gravel vac is a great tool to siphon any debris on the substrate surface at the front of the tank, which I do mostly for aesthetic reasons. I leave any debris in the rest of the tank to act as a fertilizer for the plants. I continue vacuuming until I have siphoned out 15 to 20% of the water. In my larger tanks, I have 2 filters, but I only clean one fully at a time. After unplugging my main filter, I replace the polyfill and rinse out the intake sponge, which tends to get clogged first. I will leave the rest of the media to be cleaned next month. I give the output lip a good scrubbing to remove any built-up algae. After replacing the cover, I turn the filter back on. On my secondary filter, I give it a quick rinse to remove about 75% of the accumulated gunk. If your tank is new or isn't well established, I suggest rinsing the filter media in the old aquarium water you removed. Next month, I will reverse the cleaning of the 2 filters. Now I can refill my tank. I have added water conditioner to my tap water to remove any chlorine and heavy metals. If your tank is fairly new, you might want to add some beneficial bacteria as well. Plants need continuous nutrients, so every month I add some root tabs into the substrate for my stem plants. For my plants that feed mostly out of the water column, like my Anubias barteri, I microdose some liquid fertilizer. I give the glass a quick clean, and now I can let the filter do its job to clear all the debris I stirred up into the water. The next day, the water has cleared and everyone is back to normal. I enjoy performing maintenance on all my tanks. I listen to my favorite podcasts or music, or sometimes I just like the silence. Find what puts you in your zone to enjoy the time you spend cleaning your tank. Check out my other videos if you get a chance. Thank you for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing to help grow the FishLoft channel.